Imagine a battle so pivotal that it not only decides the fate of a kingdom, but also shapes the religious landscape of an entire continent. Have you ever heard of the Battle of Tolbiac? In the shadows of history, the Battle of Tolbiac stands as a cornerstone that influenced the course of European destiny. Fought around the year 496, this confrontation wasn't just a clash of arms, but a turning point that steered the Frankish kingdom towards Christianity under the rule of Clovis I. The geopolitical canvas of Europe during this era was a complex tapestry of migrating tribes, emerging kingdoms, and crumbling Roman authority. Amidst this chaotic backdrop, the Franks under Clovis found themselves at a crossroads, facing the formidable Germanic tribe known as the Alemanni. The outcome of this battle would not only determine the survival of Clovis's realm, but also his future allegiance to a faith that was still finding its foothold in Europe. Stay tuned as we unravel the dramatic events of this monumental battle and its lasting impacts. Before the clash of shields, there was a clash of ambitions. In the late 5th century, the landscape of Europe was a chessboard of tribal territories and burgeoning kingdoms. Among these, two factions stood poised for conflict. The Franks, led by the audacious Clovis I, and the fiercely independent Alemanni. Each group was driven by a thirst for expansion and control, setting the stage for inevitable strife. Clovis I, the ambitious king of the Franks, was not just any ruler. His vision extended far beyond the mere consolidation of power. He sought to expand his dominion across the Gauls, aiming to unite the Frankish tribes under one banner. This drive was not merely about land, it was about legacy. Clovis's aspirations were to forge a kingdom that would outlast his reign, setting a precedent for the emerging medieval Europe. On the other side, the Alemanni were a formidable confederation of Germanic tribes. Known for their fierce independence and warrior culture, they occupied strategic territories that were crucial to Clovis's expansionist plans. The Alemanni were not just defending their homes, they were protecting a way of life that had sustained them for centuries. The friction between these two powers was fueled by territorial disputes and intricate power dynamics. As Clovis pushed against the borders of the Alemanni, tensions escalated into a tinderbox waiting for a spark. With tensions at a boiling point, the stage was set for a confrontation that would be etched in the annals of history. The fateful day arrived, and with it the clashing of iron and will. As dawn broke over the plains near Tolbiac, tension hung thick in the air, a prelude to the chaos that would soon engulf the land. The Frankish forces, led by the ambitious King Clovis, stood ready, their eyes set on the horizon where the formidable Alemanni warriors gathered strength. The initial deployments were a testament to the strategic minds at play. Clovis arranged his troops in a formidable line, shields interlocked, spears pointing towards the sky, a wall of determination and steel. Opposite them, the Alemanni, known for their fierce independence and warrior spirit, mirrored this formation. Their leader, determined not to yield an inch, directed his men with a fierce resolve. As the morning mist began to lift, the first cries of battle tore through the silence. The clash of swords against shields echoed, a harsh symphony of war. The Frankish forces made the initial advance, pushing forward with a vigor that spoke of their desperation and their leader's ambition to expand his realm. The battle raged on, ebbing and flowing like a deadly tide. Both sides displayed remarkable bravery and tactical acumen, but the turning point came when Clovis, observing the stalwart resistance of the Alemanni, decided to take a daring risk. He gathered his elite cavalry, the core of his military might, and prepared for a decisive maneuver. With a thunderous roar, Clovis led the charge himself, his figure imposing against the backdrop of conflict. The Alemanni lines, battered yet unbroken, braced for impact. The clash was monumental, the force of the Frankish cavalry like a storm breaking upon the shore. Despite their valiant defense, the Alemanni warriors began to falter under the relentless assault. As the sun reached its zenith, the tide of battle had turned irrevocably in favor of the Franks. The Alemanni, overwhelmed and outmaneuvered, started to retreat, their ranks broken, their spirit dimmed but not extinguished. As the dust settled, the outcome of the battle began to shape the future of the Frankish kingdom. In the heat of battle, a desperate vow echoes through history. Picture the scene. The year is 506, and Clovis, king of the Franks, finds his forces entangled in a brutal clash against the Alemanni at the Battle of Tolbiac. With the tide of battle turning against him, Clovis faces the possibility of a crushing defeat. Amid the chaos, a transformative moment unfolds. As legend has it, Clovis, a pagan king, reaches out in desperation to a new ally. the Christian God. It's a pivotal scene, deeply ingrained in the annals of history. He prays fervently, promising to embrace Christianity if granted victory over his foes. O God of my wife Clotilde, grant me victory and I shall be baptized in your name. I have called upon my gods, and they are far from my aid. If you give me victory, I will believe in you and be baptized in your name. The skies don't part, nor do heavenly trumpets sound, but something shifts on the battlefield. Inspired, perhaps by their king's fervor or the divine hand itself, the Frankish warriors rally. Against all odds, they turn the tide, securing a decisive victory that marks the beginning of the end for the Alemanni. Following this miraculous turnaround, Clovis stays true to his word. His subsequent baptism is not a quiet, personal ceremony, but a public event that signals a major shift. As Clovis descends into the baptismal waters, so too do his warriors follow. This mass conversion acts like a stone thrown into the pond of history, its ripples reaching far and wide. This moment of faith and fate did more than just secure a military victory. It set the stage for the Christianization of the Frankish troops, intertwining the future of a kingdom with the cross. This strategic embrace of Christianity not only fortified Clovis's political power, but also laid foundational stones for the religious landscape of Western Europe. This moment not only decided the battle, but also initiated a transformation within the Frankish realm. The battle is won, but its echoes resonate far beyond the battlefield. With the dust settling over Tolbiac, Clovis, the king of the Franks, emerged not just as a victorious warrior, but as a pivotal figure poised to reshape the tapestry of European history. The Battle of Tolbiac, fought against the formidable Alemanni, was more than a mere clash of arms. It was the forge upon which the future of a continent was hammered. In the immediate aftermath, Clovis's triumph at Tolbiac significantly bolstered his authority. With the Alemanni subdued, Clovis consolidated his power, extending his influence over a vast territory that stretched across what is now modern-day France and parts of Germany. This victory was not merely a territorial expansion, but a consolidation of his rule that laid the foundation for the Merovingian dynasty, which would rule for centuries. But perhaps the most profound legacy of Tolbiac lay in its spiritual ramifications. According to historical accounts, in the heat of the battle, when defeat seemed imminent, Clovis made a vow. He promised to convert to Christianity if he emerged victorious, a vow he fulfilled, leading to his baptism by Saint Remigius. This act was not just a personal conversion, but a strategic move that had far-reaching consequences. Clovis's adoption of Christianity marked a significant turning point. It led to the Christianization of his Frankish kingdom, setting a precedent for the religious orientation of the region. This was not a mere change of faith. It was a strategic alignment that linked Clovis's dynasty with the Roman Catholic Church, thereby legitimizing his rule and providing a unifying force that transcended tribal divisions. The ripple effects of Clovis's conversion were felt far beyond the borders of his kingdom. It influenced the political landscape of Europe, encouraging the spread of Christianity among other Germanic tribes. This widespread shift not only altered the religious map of Europe, but also played a crucial role in the cultural and political consolidation of the continent during the Middle Ages. The Christianization of the Germanic tribes under the aegis of the Franks facilitated the integration of Roman traditions with Germanic customs, fostering a cultural synthesis that would shape medieval European identity. Furthermore, the Battle of Tolbiac and Clovis's subsequent conversion contributed to the establishment of the concept of a Christian kingdom governed by divine right. This notion profoundly influenced the governance and jurisprudence of European kingdoms in the centuries that followed. The Battle of Tolbiac was not merely a conflict of armies, it was a catalyst for a monumental shift in European history. From the turmoil of war to the pages of history, the Battle of Tolbiac holds a place of profound significance. This monumental clash, fought in the late 5th century, not only determined the fate of the Frankish kingdom, but also set the stage for the future of European civilization. The Battle of Tolbiac is often heralded as a pivotal moment where King Clovis I, leading the Franks, faced the fierce Alemanni. The outcome? A decisive victory that expanded the Frankish territory and solidified Clovis's rule. But perhaps more importantly, it was the spiritual repercussions that marked a turning point. Clovis's conversion to Christianity, prompted by a battlefield vow if legends hold true, paved the way for the Christianization of his kingdom, which would gradually evolve into the heartland of medieval Christendom. This battle didn't just shape the borders, it shaped beliefs. The political consolidation under a Christian king influenced the religious landscape of Europe for centuries to come. As we reflect on the past, we realize that the echoes of Tolbiac still resonate in the foundations of modern Europe. Thank you for joining this historical journey.